Somewhere an engine roared, a sparrow fell. The snake released its tail, and a new certainty was born in me. I could live another 1,000 years and not find a way to mend all the hurts. The rivulets of blood that had created our worldly, labyrinthian psyche. We simply had to move on. A new certainty was born in me, and it was absurd in its proposition. I was most powerful as I was most powerless. I took to my bed. As I closed the coffin lid, I drank at the darkness, and it drank at me. A moment before I realized I was somewhere new, but somewhere familiar. I was inside, yes. I could hear the faint clatter of what I knew was the Golden Gate Bridge nearby. I had slept in this battlement before, there where the woman had spoken to me of my past lives, where I had sought in vain to sleep with her. Alas, she hadn't that appetite. We smoked and mostly remained silent, together in bliss. But here I was alone. Even as I shifted, I heard the echo of the concrete hollow. I hesitated to cross the bridge. There was the sound of cars, but whenever they passed me by, they were like a blur, as if my eye couldn't quite recognize them for what they were. I wanted to see one properly so that I could better place what year it might be. So I walked into what they called Land's End, I think. It was foggy and clouded and perhaps almost night. Again, I passed some people, but when I looked at them, they were like a blur. They spoke. Did they say something to me? I was adjusting. I looked down at myself. I was wearing my pea coat, a striped shirt, some dark pants I did not remember, leather shoes, comfortable, and in my hand was a notebook. I did not feel comfortable looking into the notebook at present. Where were the words in my little black book? I shoved it into the inside pocket of my pea coat. It fit quite perfectly. I strolled in what felt neither evening nor day, but that was the quality of fog. It blended light and blended time. That was why I liked it so much. I thought occasionally of taking some path downward towards the sea. The waves could be heard at this distance, caressing the shore. But the thought of being on the beach, staring out into the vastness of the Pacific Ocean, neither pacified me nor thrilled me. It merely made me feel more alone. A snake slid near me through the grass. A rattlesnake. I'd never seen one around here before. I paused, thinking of a moment of Cleopatra and the asp. My thoughts were in no way optimistic, but that's what I had going. I followed the path. I didn't come across anyone else, which helped me feel all of it was real, that I was here, that I had returned to a place I had once sought comfort from, in deep pain. How many come to San Francisco, like the eucalyptus did once from Australia, and claim it for their identity? An exception to America's internal collapse, only to embrace a more accelerated one, 100 hills to die on with expressions of love, fellowship, and desperate enlightenment. I was very drawn here. I did not stay, not because I didn't belong, but because I feared my own sense of belonging. I zigged when they zigged. Still, it was nice to be back. The cypress and pine swayed seductively as I entered the downward clearing towards what was called Sutro Baths. There were some people scattered about, but again, my concentration flagged when I tried to make out what they looked like, as if I needed glasses all of a sudden, but only for specific people, specific things. I chose to ignore the sensation and looked out on the landscape. It wasn't so foggy that you couldn't see the ocean. A little otter was swimming about one of the remains of the baths. It looked at me, then disappeared underneath, never to return. At least I knew that it was somewhat current time, else these architectural remains would have been built upon still. It occurred to me that I was a ghost. That would explain the people, the cars appearing blurry to me. And yet I thought the passing couple had said something to me, and I certainly felt physically here. I was tempted to look at my notebook again, but chose not to. Was it even my notebook? I've had too many to remember what each and every one would look like. Why would I question if it were mine? I don't know. It was beginning to be pleasant to be here, to be away from... I knew that I was in the coffin. I knew enough to know that here too I was outside in the way of time, in my dreams, but also that I was finding myself. What gift! I didn't fear the sudden jerking away of the other place, the threat of death. Yes, this was only a sleep, a magical sort of sleep. I could enjoy it. The man named Chang stood down the street from me. He waved, but when I approached, he had gone around the corner and disappeared. Yes, he was from San Francisco, or had been born here. Would he be finding some peace? What it had been like between Dracunin and him? Was I to be his mentor? I didn't like the idea. But I didn't like the idea of Dracunin controlling him, neither. I enjoyed passing by the faded motley pastel of the homes along Geary Boulevard, their cautiously optimistic colors. I noticed that I could see animals quite clearly, the otter and now some pigeons. There was some mating behavior, if that gave me an indication of the time of year. Had he the ability to travel through time? Had she? Had they powers that we younger vampires could only dream of? Nothing was quite as I remembered it here, but I did not remember a lot about my time here. I walked until I reached where I remembered Golden Gate Park, its adjoining of Haight Street. My memory of what I read of what it would become mixing with what I had known it as. Nothing remarkable. Charming Victorians, a Thai restaurant, an upper story. The man was clearly visible to me. He sat on a bench in the middle of the parklet and looked straight at me. He wore a top hat and a nice coat, and sandals.
Well, I thought you might make it to me, but not so soon, young one.
Hello.
Ah, sweet greeting I've long waited for. Come, sit by me if you'll indulge me. Let us look into each other's eyes. Yes, you can see delightfully nothing. And yet you are one of me. I am one of you, brother, no? And it isn't that we don't have an origin, only here we are free of it. I'm rambling, excited is all.
The old vampire had eyes almost a copper gold, unusual. They shone, his smile was generous, but I had never met him before.
We have never met before, yes, no. I do not read minds before you ask. I'm simply good at reading faces.
Ah, yes, I've heard someone say such a thing before. I've perhaps said it as well.
That would make sense, yes, but let's not sully this moment with too much talk. By that I mean overly important talk. It is a pleasure to see you.
He took my wrist, and his warmth extended to my very being. It weighted me down in this place. And when I looked across the park, I could see some people. And as I focused on them, I could see them clearly. This was perhaps the late 20th century, though. Who knows? He caught my sight of the young people, almost floating with joy, light as a feather.
You've carried a lot for a long time, haven't you? But you are young, but only a little younger than me, are you not?
Am I to know this? How are you to know?
Because I heard your call. I hear every call. When I am not here, you see, I am blind. And with that blindness, I have always had the power to sense. Though that does not mean I make much effort to do much with it sometimes.
Ah, so yes. Are you here in San Francisco?
Yes, I think so. No, of course I am. Sometimes I doubt myself in this place. I'm sure you felt it as well. I remember now. I made my way here from London, not a few decades ago.
How do you like it?
I'm getting used to the hills. It helps when there's less traffic around me. I go up a lot of steps to my flat. I like to traverse the park, go to the ocean and back. I sometimes miss the tea in England, but I've adjusted to espresso. Speaking of, would you like to go get some?
Can we?
Ah, of course.
He took my hand for a moment, and I didn't mind it, only releasing it when he realized he had forgotten his cane. Perhaps he is unaccustomed to seeing in this place and forgets he does not need help. The cane looked a lot like one I saw in the RUS library. A wolf or a dragon wolf or something.
This, do you like it? I've had it for a very long time. There was once a time when we were to come together, like you would like, perhaps. When some had intentions and others, well. Anyway, we'll go down this way, I think. Sometimes my sense of direction is worse when I'm sighted, you see.
There was a corner cafe, nondescript, with terrazzo colors and a striped overhang. A little dog sat on a leash next to a table.
This is Enzo. He waits here patiently, but do not worry. His owner pays a girl, Sophia, to walk him twice a day for very long walks. So long that he worries that she has kidnapped him. Radnar is the owner. Do you like espresso?
Radnar, presumably, a thin man, he's middle-aged with a pencil mustache and the kind of perfect stubble that looks artificial, came out and didn't appear to see me, but still he seemed to perceive my friend, and put down 2 espressos, except only in front of the old vampire, and then a plate with 2 Madeleines.
Here.
He pushed the espresso to me as I sat down. He had already taken his seat.
You probably have a lot of questions, do you not, young man? You don't mind that I call you young. I like that you have the glamour of a young man. I have no use for vanity as a blind man, and I command much more respect, much more aid as I am. Also, I would lose track, perhaps risk detection, you understand.
The espresso was very good, I smiled. Perhaps you can tell me your name.
No, do not. Not here, not now. In this place, you see, a name can risk detection. And unless you wish that, you may find that it will attract others. Not all names are created equal, of course, but still.
I see. This sounded familiar, but I couldn't quite remember where I had heard such a thing.
I heard your call. You are here because I am good at receiving them. You are somewhere very powerful. I knew that at some point there would be another who finds a way to beckon, not abstractly, not indirectly, for one who wishes to break the barriers, the impediments of our kind, our boundaries. Not superficially like some have done before, and I mean no disrespect in that matter. But no, your call. There is a desperation, and that desperation is beautiful.
Yes, I am here, and yet I am not here. I am asleep, as are you?
Not like you. I am able to find myself to this place. I've worked at it for a very long time. I have not always been blind, you see. My origin long ago when I was bit, my sight was still good. But because I made a choice not to fulfill a destiny I found dark and inhumane, as they say in modern speak. I always found that funny. Do we truly think we have a handle on what is humane? But I'm wondering. I made a choice, and as I made that choice, I began to lose my sight. So it goes. And yet I began to sense. And as I began to sense, I found my powers mysterious at first, like learning a very complicated music. I was a violinist for a time. I don't have patience for it now, but anyway, I spent many years when I could endure it, the boredom of it at times, like fishing, you know. Mostly you just sit and wait for a fish. And most of the time it's not the fish you want, but the experience of something exciting, to feel like your patience is rewarded.
He finished his espresso, ate his Madeleine.
Radnar can see me. The other me. I am just sitting here in this chair right now, contemplating. I haven't touched either espresso, and neither have you. But we can see the espresso, the Madeleines, by my will and by yours as well, of course. And of course you can imagine drinking an espresso and tasting it. So it is one and the same, better perhaps even.
An urge to write in my notebook. The old vampire's eyes were quite mesmerizing. He talked excitedly with his face, watching me occasionally, as if he worried about spooking me. I tried to smile cautiously to assure him I wasn't.
Come. Conveniently, I've brought us here where my body lays, because we will know quite when I will have to go. Or rather, when Ragnar has to close. The little dog will be our cue, and hopefully it is not the last time.
I didn't know what time it was. Still, the fog was rather thick overhead. Some cars passed by, though not as many as I would have thought. A few bicycles and occasionally a pedestrian, which alternately could be blurry to me, sometimes a little more clear. I am perhaps unclear. Have I given you a message that is clear to you? I can't say, to my shame, that I am even clear about what I wanted to say the last few days. The last few days I've been operating on a lot of instinct, desperation, yes, perhaps anger. I've returned from a place that is perhaps not unlike this place in a way. Have you been to the other place? The old vampire seemed slightly taken aback for a moment. Then he seemed to snap to.
Ah, I'm sorry. Did I make you wait long? Ragnar was speaking to me from inside, asking me funnily an obscure question. I think he is done now.
Oh, I see. No, not long at all. Ragnar reappeared and brought 2 more espressos. He took the old cups away. The old vampire munched on one of the Madeleines again. I forgot what I was asking.
It is peaceful here. Not that it isn't peaceful in San Francisco, that is very peaceful. But I mean this place. I do not come here very often because it costs me something. I have learned that. I learned with time as I got better at hearing the vibrations, knowing where I should be, how to listen, and who to listen to, and who wanted to talk to me, you see. You maybe think you are the first to put all this together.
I do not know what I am putting together. Perhaps you can help me with that.
Yes, I will try. The man who bit me was bitten by the oldest among us, they say, colloquially named as the dragon. My origin became the son of the dragon as the first. As well, I shan't say his name. And could he transform into a dragon? I haven't proof of that. And there is little evidence of it. It was more likely that his skin would transform into that of a lizard, that he could withstand fire, death even. If that is to be believed, not like us, but I mean that he could reincarnate. Drink your espresso. It has value to stay centered in this existence. You will think clearer.
I did so. He pushed a plate with the other Madeleine. I ate it, thinking of Proust, but couldn't even remember how I had walked here with my new nameless friend.
The only problem with espresso is I want to keep drinking them, but it is a little obscene to do so. Truth be told, if I have too many, I fall asleep, and that's no good either, is it?
It is good espresso. Is the owner Italian? What kind of name is Ragnar?
Yes, he is Italian, yes. Although he emigrated when he was very young, so his accent is an odd sort. Tell me, why have you not changed your accent after all these years?
It is an odd thing, I know. If I tell you the truth, you will think it's strange and naive.
But of course, I have not changed my accent either, my dear. Please, tell me your strange and naive story.
I had a love once. One that I treasured more than others. A mortal. And she liked the way I spoke. I did not speak her language, nor she mine, and so we spoke in English. The pain of losing her was so profound that in my mind I cannot bear the thought, as ridiculous as it may be, that she is still alive somewhere, and that if I didn't have my accent, that if she found me, she would not recognize me. It's silly, I know.
No, it's not so silly. And did you know that she died?
There was no evidence otherwise. I was told, and it could be believed.
I see. Well, mine is far less romantic. I was in London before here for a very, very long time. Why, you might ask? Well, for much of history it held a central place of power, but more importantly, it was the best place for me hearing the vibrations I found. Until recently. And well, having this accent had its advantages, I found. Perhaps it gave me a je ne sais quoi, mystique. So perhaps it is no less romantic.
Why did the vibrations change?
I think, though this is just a theory, I think because there has been an imbalance of power, but also there has been much more interference, artificial, not the kind I've been used to.
The technology.
What was that?
It is too much to expand upon. You were saying something, I think. Please, what else can you tell me? You say you've been waiting to speak to me. I would very much like to know all that is on your mind.
Tell me, you have a sister, do you not? I met a vampire in Paris once, and she told me she had a twin, and I am almost sure it is you. Am I right?
Yes, I do. I was in Paris too briefly. She is not here in this world, although she is still alive, at least as much as I can gather.
And what was her powers, if I may? She had no use for an old blind vampire like me, but I did not care. I did not yet fully even understand my own powers, so I had no desire to join her cause. It did not end well, is that right?
Unfortunately not. Her powers. It took me a very long time to understand that we, our origin, she who came from your origin, as it were, had raised my sister, had taught her quite unlike me. My powers have been slow and very disruptive and have caused me great pain, and others at that. As for my sister, hers seemed to be guided by an unseen hand, and she made use of them until the very end.
Your origin knows well enough to stay far away from me. I sense when she appears, but I cannot make enough of an appeal to her, or she does not hear me.
And what do you say to her?
I do not know if words are sufficient, much like your call has been. I am attempting a reconciliation. Perhaps she sees it as an opposite of the revenge she seeks, but I do not see it that way. I want an order in this world. I think we can still do it. I think you want the same.
That seems... Yes. I have met your origin, you know.
Have you? Well, he knows well to stay away from me as well.
You say that. What do they fear?
They fear what we all fear, my young friend. They fear forgiveness.
The little dog perked up. Radnar came to take the dishes away. You must go. And when shall we continue this conversation?
That is up to you, my friend. Do not worry about the substance of my words. You will forget most of them anyway. See how long you can stay here. You made the call, I have made the response, and it will have cost me. I must return to my day-to-day. The commonplace is the only thing that rejuvenates me a little. But you will know where to find me, if you find your way from out that place. If I can leave you with one piece of advice, and do not take it too esoterically, no. Do not obsess. There is a lightness to the path. We are most human when we allow for change. I must pay my tab now.
With my friend looking absently before him, gradually he began to lose his corporal shape, and my own body also felt like it would lose itself, like a fog being swept under the bridge if I did not move. So move I did, like a ghost, through the park, through the faded majesty of light and wind and rain, through the fog, trying not to make a big deal of what I just heard, trying instead to enjoy a day like any other day in San Francisco, a day like any other in the San Francisco Bay.